So we got our little assembly here. I have a little grommet that things are kind of running through. So what we're going to do is create our path, and that kind of works the same way. Again, we're still in the express route command. This is where most of the path creations will be taking place. We'll just use these tools to snap from that location, and we'll go in that edge. There we go. So typically at this point, you want to go back and you would start using connect or coaxial to try to make this snap to that. But you don't have to do that at this point. I'm going to go ahead and create the tube on here first. And again, I'll place this as a tube that I can adjust with. So this one doesn't have the fittings like the previous one did. This one comes in as just a section of tube length. And you notice it's pretty long. So what we're going to do is actually not use the path that this tube is created on. So we're going to X out of that and then just go tell it to use this path that we just created, and it just immediately goes and snaps over to it just to the length of it, which is great. And then we can come over here and now let's use the new command to tell it to go relocate. It's going to reroute that. It's going to pick that and just, oops, didn't click the center. There we go. So that'll just snap back down into it. That looks pretty good. All right, so now this is where the bill of material will come from. So if we want to take a look at this, we'll just say inspect, tools, bin table. We'll look at a couple of these. So there's one that was created previously, and that's the one I just did. So we have two different ones in here. So 188 and one's 190. All right, that's good to know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just create a draft for that. So, so let me go ahead and pop this into a new template. All right, that's kind of like I like it. Let me go ahead and shade it. There we go. Looks much better. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my part list command. And I already have a setting set up for my tube list. So there we go. Go ahead and readjust that. So we have our list. So we have 5 and 6, and we also have that new one that I created. Or 6 and 7, I should say. And of course, this is 188, and that's the one I just created. So you notice it actually just separates them out, considering they are two different links. So, oops, didn't mean to double click that. Trying to go back into the assembly here. And so let's go back into the one that I modified. So let's go back into Express Route. Oops, picked the wrong. There we go. So in this, instead of just a general length, I'm just going to go ahead and say I want to do a fixed length. And I come over here and just say, let's go ahead and make it 190. And finish that off. Let's go ahead and save. Go ahead and update my draft list. Of course, that's going to drop the one that I had on there and just move the previous one into this and add the quantity to 6 now. So I have all 6 matching at 190. And it's, you know, we didn't have any type of tube commands previously in the previous version. So, you know, this is leaps and bounds beyond what we used to have.